Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my flawless foundation routine. You guys, I am completely into these products right now. Truly, so much so I felt like I needed to do one of these videos. I don't do them often because honestly, I change it up quite a bit, but I have been sticking to this and sticking to these particular products because I have been super into them. So I'm going to take you through my flawless foundation routine all the way through to setting and highlighting, because those are actually really important parts, I think, to the finished look. And if I left those out, I feel like I'd be cheating you in some way because they really are important pieces to my routine. This doesn't take long. I know these videos, they really make it seem like I spend hours on my makeup, but really honestly, when I'm not recording and I'm just doing my makeup, boom, 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 it's very fast. It's just very seamless and super easy. So don't get intimidated by that. All right, I'm going to take you through it now. Let's get going. So the products that I've been using have been surprisingly giving me probably a little more coverage than what I normally go for, and that surprises me. But I love it so much, you guys, and that is the Too Faced Do You foundation, and I love the Do You setting powders as well. I kind of look at these as more setting. Yes, I use it to set, but they also act as a really nice finishing powder as well. So yes, I actually think that your setting and your finishing is just as important as the foundation that you're using, and maybe even a little more, and that's based on what your priorities are. I want just a really pretty sort of airbrushed look, something that looks a little dewy but not oily. And these products deliver that in a very unique, not as you think kind of way. And once you adjust that and accept what these products do, because they are do you know, with the D-E-W, once you adjust what you think that means, I had to, you really will, I think, be surprised at the finish you can get with these. Now, I use the concealer, and I consider this part of my flawless foundation look. Again, Too Faced, born this way. This is their trial size, and I want to say it is just a great way to try out this product. Not having to invest in a full size is great, and I wish more lines, especially the higher price lines, would consider doing this. You know, not just something you can squeeze out of a packet, but something you can really try for a few weeks. And I still have this, and I've used it every single day, at least when I do decide to wear makeup and get ready for my day. I have been using this every day. I really like it. Again, it's quite heavy coverage, but they seem to sort of balance that out really nicely when it comes to not looking cakey, not looking heavy, not feeling heavy on that delicate eye tissue. Blends out well. I've been super happy with this a lot. So let's get going on this application. Now, I liked this foundation so much. This is the Do You foundation here. My first one that I got was in the color Swan, and it's not anywhere near being done, but I wanted to try a little bit different color because it's a tiny little bit too light, but it works. But I still was curious, so I went and I got Snow. Now I'm going to swatch these for you because I think I'm still a little happier with my original choice, but it works great. Still, I mean, these blend, they're very unique, and until you try it, it's hard to explain what I mean by that. But let's go ahead and swatch. This is Snow, and this is Swan. You're going to see that one is a little peachier than the other. Okay, so this is Swan and this is Snow. So not a huge, gigantic difference, but this one is a little bit, I would say, neutral, cool. This one is definitely more like a neutral, warm. They're both for light skin tones, and they work. Both of them work fine. As a matter of fact, I probably will just mix these together and use them. My favorite way to apply this is using a beauty sponge. I love the Real Techniques brand. I think they're inexpensive and they work great. And it's not damp or anything, it's just full strength. I'm just gonna kind of mix these up. I've never done this before, but I think I am. And then I just kind of start, and I think since I mixed that up, I'm gonna mix another batch here. And then I just start applying it really to the center of my face. And it really does kind of go far. It is a consistency that's something very different than what I've used before. And I find that I kind of press it and pull it just a little bit as I am putting this on. It blends out really nice. It doesn't seem to settle in my very deep sort of forehead lines here, which is really nice. Now, if you wanted to go back in and apply a little more, you know, in certain areas where maybe you have a little more pigmentation, you can with this. It's quite buildable. I am not super focused on just covering all of my imperfections. I think my end look would be a little much if I did that. So I'm just okay with that. I embrace those things. So I'm done now. Now we're going to go in with the concealer. Again, this is definitely more of a medium to heavy coverage concealer, but and that's usually not me. You know, I usually go for the Bare Minerals Serum Concealer in their Bare Skin line because I love that light pigmented sort of look and feel. So I'm really surprised that I am liking this, but I really am. The coverage can't be beat. And yet, it doesn't look cakey, at least to me. It doesn't look cakey. And I look in a 5 times mirror when I apply my makeup. So I'm seeing way more than probably what a person's naked eye would be seeing if they were, you know, standing there talking to me. And I feel like if I'm not seeing a lot of that here, then here in reality life, it's pretty good. So, and then I'm gonna kind of tap it in. I've got crepiness in there, so I feel like the warmth here is going to kind of tap it in and kind of move it down and kind of get in those little crevices that crepiness gives us. Now with other foundations, sometimes I feel like I'm still going to need to go in to say right through here and here and here if I see some ruddiness still. But with the Do You, for the most part, sometimes I will. It probably has to do with, I don't know, my technique that day, maybe how much product I'm using, and I sometimes still will. But for the most part, with this, I don't usually have to go in with extra concealer in these areas that I usually have to use when I use some other foundations. My usual go-to has been the Becca setting powder. However, I have found my new favorite. Yes, this even trumps that setting powder, and it is the Do You. Now, the reason why I feel like this also acts as a beautiful finishing powder is because it is a very finely milled, and it has this really wonderful sort of blurring, luminescent kind of look. And I really use that term a little loosely because it doesn't have any prismy glitter or any kind of that going on. It's just this beautiful blend of giving you a non-matte look, but yet you have sort of a matte feel. When it's, you know, when I first started using the Do You foundation and the setting powder, I was like, it doesn't really feel dewy, but yet it almost gave me sort of a matte look, but with a really beautiful dewy finish without that sort of moist dewiness that you can get, that can sometimes through the day turn almost a little bit too much, you know, oiliness almost, even with me, with my very dry skin. So it really is this really magical thing that happens with these. Now you know how I love my finishing powders. You know I love the Bare Minerals, you know, the Radiance line. I love my Too Faced Peach Blur because that, again, is giving you quite a blurring, beautiful effect. That's what these are doing, and yet I'm using them also as my finishing powder. So I love this so much. They have a few to choose from. This is the Translucent Pearl, and then I went ahead and I wanted to try this one as well, thinking summer's coming, maybe this will give me just a little bit of color. And this is the Translucent Radiant. A little bit different, a little bit of color pigment in here. So I have been using this one, and I use this one to set my concealer because this one's got a little bit of color to it. Fair skin is tricky. You know, if I were to do everything to match the tone of my skin, I would be looking like a ghost by the time I was putting my blush on. And so I do love to use finishing powders or stuff that has a little bit of, whether it's a sort of a back cool tone or maybe a little bit of a back warm tone, just to give my complexion a bit of boost, a little bit of, I don't know, youthful glow, but with a sun-kissed sort of look. I love finishing powders. I just absolutely think they need to be in your holster if you're over the age of 40. They are the little things that give you the compliments from other people about, wow, your skin looks really great. They are really a secret weapon. Here's the Pearl, and this is the Radiant. Very, very different. Yet, like the Peach Blur, the Radiant isn't going to turn my skin a very, you know, this color. It's very subtle, but it's very, very pretty. Okay, so again, I'm just going to really kind of buff this in. And I like to take these down into my neck, chest, and just kind of buff them in. Do you see how it just sort of gives me an all over sort of sun-kissed glow? And because I'm so fair, I really think that it is sort of noticeable. It is noticeable, but it's not over the top. It's actually very pretty. Now I'm going to go in with the Pearl, and I am going to actually take it on the same exact big fluffy brush, knock it off, and I'm going to pounce it here, pounce it there, and just brush it around. Now, you know, we could stop there, but one of the other things that I've been using and enjoying, which does lend a little more to my finished look, and I wouldn't be doing the right thing if I didn't mention this, is I love this here. This is the Too Faced Turn Up the Light palette. This is their light palette because they have more than one to choose from. I have still been loving this quite a bit. I use it all the time. This middle one here is so subtle, but yet again, finely milled. It reflects light, really pretty, but not over the top. As I load up my little brush, and then I apply this kind of to the center of my face. So what are we doing here? We're highlighting. What does highlighting do with light? It bounces right out back at you. So you got some lines up here. It's probably a good idea to do something like this, very finely milled. I love doing it right around here because rather than the light sinking into those lines and really making them stand out more, what I like to do is to have something that has a reflective quality, which is what highlighters do, and it will just bounce right back at you. So they're not as noticeable, and it's kind of powerful. So I really don't go really light on this as in the application. Now after I do my blush, I go in with Glow right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup now, and when I get to that part, I'll show you where I apply this one. So now, got my makeup on, got my hair on, I'm all ready to finish this off. And this is truly my finishing touch. I dip back in to this palette. Let me get my little designated highlighter brush, and I'm going to go in with Glow. It just brings it up another notch compared to what is here in the middle that I kind of use as a secondary finishing powder, if you will. This is probably the most intense. I don't use this one that much, although it is beautiful. I think I probably would dip into this if I was going out for an evening. You know, just I think that the evening time, candlelight, all of that would play with this. Just absolutely gorgeous. But for every day, I definitely dip into this one. And I'm going to bring this just right here on the tippy tops, and I'm going to go right here in like an outer V sort of way. And then finally, what I really like to do, because it is very neutral, it goes with just about every eye look, is I'll dip into that same one here. This is Glow. I was holding it upside down the last time, but it's the Glow. And I'm going to take my little itty bitty little cheap little Forever 21 little brush here that came in a pack years and years and years ago. Just something really small, very detailed. And I'm going to pop that just right here, right in underneath the arch of my brow. Right here. Because again, what's that going to do? The light's going to kind of bounce back, and it's just going to kind of give a lift to my whole eye look, really. You can go in and put a little bit of that right in here. Just be really, really careful. Don't bring it too far down in here if you do have crepiness, because that is going to accentuate that quite a bit. So I try to keep fallout and everything out of the way and off the skin right down there, because even though I do have crepiness right where I'm putting this, I don't know, I just don't want to accentuate that right down in there. And that is sort of the final little something something. And then for sure. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Stay well and stay young at heart. Bye-bye.